It's not productive for companies to blacklist kids for being members of student groups that make dumb political statements on campus. Colleges are spaces for students to experiment with ideas, and sometimes kids join clubs that endorse boneheadedly wrong ideas, saying he opposes cancel culture, whether it's from the left or the right, calling this cancel culture. What do you make of it?
Megyn, it's not cancel culture to say that somebody's celebrating the beheading of infants, the execution of elderly, some of the most barbaric actions that we've seen in our lifetime. If you look at what they did, what the Hamas terrorists did, as bad as Al-Qaeda and ISIS and some of their worst moments, I think this has reached an even new low from there. So the idea that you would go out and celebrate that as a good thing, that is absolutely the type of person that you should not want to hire. I would not hire any of those people who were doing that. And it raises a larger issue. What the hell is going on in American universities nowadays? This would not have happened during World War II when the Japanese attacked us. You did not see student groups going out there and celebrating that. And yet here, because remember, Americans were massacred too. It wasn't just Israelis, and Americans are still being held hostage as well as Israelis. To be able to go out and do that, it's a sickness in these institutions. And I think it's a reason why 20 to 30 years ago, if someone came to a job with they graduated from Harvard, oh, wow, that's great. Now you see that resume. To me, I run the other way. I mean, I'm assuming that there's a lot of problems embedded into whatever has been fed into that student because of how toxic the culture has gotten on our universities. What I will say is this, though, any of those students who are here on visas, those visas should be canceled and they should be repatriated back to their home country. That's a no-brainer. Why would we want to welcome people into this country who are totally hostile to basic American decency and values?
Well, that's a very interesting prospect. I mean, that's closer to, ideological beliefs can get you deported. That's what Trump has been saying. And I get it. I mean, these people have no desire to assimilate to the United States values at all. None whatsoever. They want to come over here and call for jihad or support terrorism against Israelis. How are they ever going to align with us? But of course, it will be considered controversial, right, to cancel visas based on ideological differences.
Well, of course it's controversial, but here's the thing, Megyn. It used to be, if you had shown up at Ellis Island in 1900 and you were saying that you supported Islamic jihad, for example, which they probably weren't thinking in those terms at that time. Although, our country did fight the Barbary pirates under Jefferson. So they had experience dealing with terrorism from the beginning with the founders, but that probably wouldn't have been necessary. You would have been turned away from Ellis Island. If you came and you rejected the basic foundational principles of America, you would have been rejected from coming into this country. That would have been non-negotiable. So, when I'm president, we are going to ensure that nobody is admitted legally to this country who doesn't believe in the basic values of America. We have robust debates in this country. There's no question. You could have different views on tax policy, immigration policy, all this stuff. It makes it robust. It makes it a great country. But if you are just somebody who rejects basic Western values, basic conception of freedom, then that's not something that's good. And we can learn a lesson from what Europe has done over the last 10 or 20 years. They did mass immigration from parts of the world that rejected their values. And what happened is those people, because they were coming in such big numbers, they didn't assimilate into those societies so much as they've now tried to change those societies to mimic the societies they had left. That's not how America's always been. It's always been people come and they assimilate into our way of life. That is something that's been kind of frowned on by our elites in recent years, but it's just simply unsustainable for a country that's based on this founding creed to continue being a strong country, if we're importing large numbers of people that reject the basic conception of America.
The shredded lettuce on your favorite burger, the fruit filling in a donut, you may be surprised to learn they don't actually count on those 5 servings of fruits and vegetables you're supposed to be having each day. Oh no. Or like my eldest thought ketchup would count. No, it's a no. Now, I'm not going to nag you about your diet, but I am going to share with you that the Mayo Clinic says if you want to help prevent heart disease, lower your blood pressure and lower your cholesterol or improve your cholesterol, eat 5 servings of fruits and veggies every day. This is why I want to introduce you to Field of Greens. Unlike these other substitutes, each fruit and each vegetable in Field of Greens was medically selected by doctors to support your vital organs like heart, lungs, kidneys, and immune system. Field of Greens says you will feel better with more energy, and you will notice your skin, hair, and nails will look healthier too. If you don't always eat right and exercise, check out Field of Greens. I'm going to get you started with 15% off your first order. Visit fieldofgreens.com. Use the promo code MK. Promo code MK at fieldofgreens.com, fieldofgreens.com. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.